Hi guys, welcome to the Erica Shady channel. Today I'm going to be reacting to a video that Residente did in collaboration with Bad Bunny, and it's in Spanish. I'm going to translate as much as I can, because of time, so I can't translate word by word. And if I were to put the words, which I might one day, just put the lyrics on, I will have to go ahead and stop. And I will have to read it out loud and then say it to you back in Spanish. And it's not as appealing as being able to watch a video, even though I could do a video with the lyrics. And actually I should, but I chose a video that somebody uploaded. Let me see, the person's name is Reggaeton Entretenimiento. They uploaded this video, so hopefully I'm going to try to see if it's not blocked. It could be blocked. If it's partially blocked like Eminem does, then I don't worry too much, and hopefully it's not blocked at all, because Residente has always been, para el pueblo. So hopefully this song, that I think it was a free song anyway, they played it for free, they gave it out for free because it was in retaliation. It was a political song. It is a political song against the governor, like I said before, because the chat group that he had got leaked, and in that leak, people were able to read that he was laughing at the death of Puerto Ricans, that he was keeping money and help, that they send food and clothes and other supplements that were sent for the population, for Puerto Ricans, for the citizen, and he kept it. He held it back because he wanted Puerto Rico to be in the news. He liked the fact that people were feeling bad, other countries were feeling bad about Puerto Rico. And also, he never defended the mayor of San Juan. He was always going in favor with Trump and going along with what Trump said. So he had his issues, his situation, but nobody complained until this thing got leaked, and then Ricky Martin, Residente, Rene, Bad Bunny, and a whole bunch of other artists got together and they went out to the street. They motivated people, and I want to show it because in this video, again, like I said, they show the protest. And again, I could look for the lyrics and translate it. It will be much easier for me, but it's not going to be as appealing, and you're not going to be able to see the strength the Puerto Ricans have and the people in general have when they get together, when they protest together, when it's one against, the government. Citizens can make a lot of difference. And Residente has always been por el pueblo. Now, honestly, in this song, and Residente is one of the best when it comes to rap in Spanish. Maybe some people could be Nach, but to me, I like Residente better. I prefer his lyrics, his music. But Bad Bunny did a great job in this song, and I think he outshined, he outperformed Residente. So let's watch this video. Now, see, and that's Puerto Rico they're showing there.
Dale, estamos afilando las navajas, dale. Llegó el afilador de navajas. Truco. Llegó la hora.
Okay, and here is the intro is a person walking around, a seller walking around, probably with an intercom or a speaker, yelling on the streets. Here is the sharpener, because it's somebody that sharpens knives. So he's walking around sharpening knife, and they're sharpening their knife because they're going to protest.
De un combo de miles en motora patrullando las 24 horas. Boricua decora con el puño arriba a la conquista. No nos va a meter las cabras un pendejo de marista.
Okay, so here we have, this is the part of the protest, and what he's talking about is he's using a Puerto Rican expression that says they're not going to come and trick us. No nos van a venir a meter la cabra. That means that they're not going to come here and just, brainwash us, talk to us, and convince us that there's nothing wrong with this. There's something going on wrong right here. And you can see the signs that they're having, like La Furia es el único partido que nos, that's the anger is the only political party that is keeping us together.
Este compadre, mi maíz junto con todas las mujeres son igual de putas que su madre. Tú no eres hijo del cañaveral, escoria. Tú eres hijo del cabrón más corrupto de la historia.
Okay, so here he's talking about in the chat, he was, Ricarod Rosello was putting down women, talking. I mean, he talked, it was a group of friends, and they were like knocking on people from left to right, they made fun of Ricky for being gay. They made fun of overweight people. They call women, whores, which that's what it is. Puta means whore in English. And they also had a lot of they also were making fun of the people. It's something they were making. I mean, these people, and Ricarod Rosello was the governor. They were just like acting like teenagers, like adolescents in a chat, making fun, like if it was a high school, like if Puerto Rico was a high school, and they were the popular kids, the mean kids, mean girls. But in this case, I guess it was mean boys. I don't know if there was any woman in the chat. But he's talking about, like, Rene says right there, he according to this guy, his mom is just as whore as all the other women, because he was talking bad about women. So if you're talking bad about women, then your mom is the bad one, and you think everybody's like your mother, because where else do you get that? I guess that's his point. Okay, so here he's saying, forgive my cussing, my bad language, my bad words, but I'm just trying to release energy, because I'm feeling bad. Like, that's what Ricardo said. Ricky said that it was just only releasing energy, that it was all joking around. There was nothing serious about it, and he was just, releasing energy, just like getting it out, just something to do to get out the stress.
Le doy fuego a la fortaleza como se supone, y al otro día voy a la iglesia para que me perdonen. Mejor no quieras.
Okay, so he's saying, like, it's better that I do that than going to the fort and turning the whole place on fire, because that's what he feel like doing. And then he's going on Sunday and ask for forgiveness for burning the fort.
De que estamos hechos aquí en el monte, heredamos el mismo pecho. Tus disculpas se ahogan con el agua de la lluvia en las casas que todavía no tienen techo.
It's good. So he's like telling him, your forgiveness, you're asking for forgiveness. They just get drowned in the same, like the houses that don't have any roof on them because they had not built the roof yet. A lot of the houses are still under construction. They haven't fixed everything yet. There's still places that need to be fixed. But, money and these corrupt people.
Tú no heredaste pecho, tú heredaste un patrimonio, y a ti por la noche te persiguen los demonios.
Okay, I also forgot to say, because said it again, I forgot, he mentioned before that Ricarod Rosello was the son of a corrupted governor, of a corrupted person, because his father was in government before in Puerto Rico, and his father was also corrupted. And they still elected the son. That's something that, people, like in the United States, people vote against their own benefit. They vote against their self. I'm going to put it a little bit back.
A la la fortaleza como se supone y al otro día voy a la iglesia para que me perdonen. Mejor no quieras probar de qué estamos hechos. Aquí en el monte heredamos el mismo pecho. Tus disculpas se ahogan con el agua de la lluvia en las casas que todavía no tienen techo.
And you see how he rhymes pecho with techo? So pecho is the chest, and he's talking about, what did he say about the chest? Let me see.
Aquí en el monte heredamos el mismo pecho.
Yeah, here in the mountains, we inherit the same chest. And he's talking about bravery. Like, because in Spanish, there's an expression that if you, que si das pecho, it means that you're having, showing courage, that you're going forward. So he's saying that they have the same chest. You know, also trying to talk about they have the same heart. They're humans, and they're going to fight. They're not going to stay quiet. And his and Ricarod Rosello's apologies, they drown like the houses without a roof, because roof in Spanish means techo.
Tus disculpas se ahogan con el agua de la lluvia en las casas que todavía no tienen techo. Tú no heredaste pecho, tú heredaste un patrimonio y a ti por la noche te persiguen los demonios.
So he's saying you didn't inherit courage. You didn't inherit that, and you know you're full of fears. Fears are coming, and you inherited nepotism. That's what you did. You inherited what your father had before because of his last name. That's why you were able to become a governor.
La familia que mataste, destruiste un matrimonio. Esto va por Lilian y su hijo Juan Antonio.
So that, I don't know what he's talking about. If you know anything, let me know, because maybe, you know, I'm having someone who is bilingual, Spanish and English, watching this show, which is what I really want. I want to bring a community of bilingual people. But he's saying that the guy destroyed a marriage. So I don't know if it was his own marriage and he got divorced and then he got a new wife, or that he affected someone else because of his attitude and the way that he was doing it, and another couple separated. And I don't know if he's talking about the major. You know, he does say that, you know, he does say you need to ask her for forgiveness. So I don't know if she got divorced because of the situation with Hurricane Maria and how Ricardo handled that. I don't know. So if you know, please leave me a comment and let me know what he's talking about when he said you destroyed a marriage. But he is saying you have to ask forgiveness to the major, and I think that's because he didn't back her up. You know, he didn't support her when Trump was coming at her.
Esto va para que despierte. Esto va por las 4,645 muertes, la hipocresía del país.
So 4,560, 4,400. Wait, hold on. How much was it?
Las 4,645.
Yeah, 4,560, 560 death. That's what they have. Some people say it was more than 4,000. It's maybe above 5,000. But he hit that death. That's one thing that they did. The news, the government, everybody, they hushed how many people were dead due to the Hurricane Maria.
Con muerte, la hipocresía del país en general. Tirar piedra en Venezuela está bien, pero en Puerto Rico está mal. Esto va para los artistas.
So he's also talking about the people, because again, and this brings me, it's the things that we have in this life. It's not just because we got bad governors and rich people. It's also because of us, because of people, regular people, everyday people. They voted for this guy, knowing the background that he came from, and they still had it in place. So what does that tell you? And then he's talking about here how the hypocrisy of the country. He's not talking about the government. He's not talking about Ricardo only. He's talking about the country there, where he's saying, look, you know, this is very hypocritical, because you guys say, oh, you know, you can't throw stones in Puerto Rico, but you can do it in Venezuela. Like, rebel against the government in Venezuela is okay, but it's not okay for Puerto Ricans to do. And that's hypocrisy. And like in this, you can see this sign here, no es una ilusión óptica, es un pueblo encojonado, meaning this is not an optical illusion. You're not seeing a whole bunch of people because they added it. You know, in the editing portion, they added more people. No, this is the whole country. the whole country, and it's true, the whole country was out. From San Juan to Mayagüez to all the town, they were out protesting. And they're saying, the people are upset.
Internacionales y las banderitas de Puerto Rico en las redes sociales. Ninguno de nosotros, los supuestos bandoleros, está acusado de fraude, robo, lavado de dinero.
So he's talking about here and saying, this goes out, to him, to Ricarod Rosello. This goes out also to the people. This goes out to the celebrity and the artists who are outside the country and posting things about Puerto Rico, saying, oh, keep it in your prayers because of Maria. And they put the flag as in, honoring Puerto Rico, saying that we got your back. But then when they're trying to get rid of this guy, they're condemning them. They're saying, you guys are doing wrong. You shouldn't be doing that. You shouldn't vandalize the country.
Con todo lo que han robado estos politiqueros, pintamos las paredes del Caribe entero. Y aunque esto no le caiga bien a la gente, para decírtelo en un chat, pa' eso lo digo de frente. So he's talking about there again, it's talking about the hypocrisy and saying, I don't have to say this in a chat. I tell it to you straight in your face. And you got all these people always talking like they back up Puerto Rico, they support it, but when push comes to shove, then they don't do it. It's just putting images on social media and writing comments, but not coming over there and actually giving physical support, being with them. Actually, they were condemning them, and he's like, no, we're not doing that. None of us has stolen money. None of us have vandalized life. These guys have done it. We might not sound good. We might not sound, professional, but neither did he. And he just did it in a chat. He sounds just as bad as rappers. Y se tiran a los caseríos, a los puntos de droga, les rompen las casas y por ellos nadie aboga. Nosotros hacemos lo.
So he's talking about the government there, how they break into people's houses, claiming that there's drugs in the houses, and then they take their stuff, they confiscate it, they keep it. He's also talking about how they're stealing money all the time because there was money stolen. From that money that they received, the government kept some of them for themselves instead of giving it out to help out people. So he's talking about all this, and he's saying, we can even paint all the houses of the Caribbean island if we were to get the money from these people that they have stolen, the government.
Mismo sin delicadeza, estos criminales le hacemos una redada en fortaleza. Si el pueblo entero quiere que te vayas, caradura, y tú te quedas, entonces estamos en dictadura. So
he's saying, if you stay, and caradura means shameless, you're shameful, you're a shameless person. If you stay, you shameless person, then this is not a democracy anymore. This is going to be a dictatorship because we don't want you. We want you out. Yeah, we voted for you. Now we want you out. You got to go. If you stay, then you're saying that our country's under the dictatorship now. Okay, and this one is a funny portion, but it's an excellent bar. I mean, he uses, like I said, this guy, when it comes to rhymes and barbs, he's on top of the list right there. And he's saying, nobody's supporting you. The only one supporting you is your wife, the ex-model, the one who thinks that 100 Years of Solitude was written by Paulo Coelho. Paulo Coelho is a Brazilian writer who wrote, what book did he write? The Alchemist. I think it's The Alchemist that he wrote. And 100 Years of Solitude was written by Gabriel Garcia Marquez, from Colombia. And most people who've gone to school know that. Even in American school, people know who Gabriel Garcia Marquez is.
Los pocos que te siguen brutos, pero tranqui, afilar navajas, toma un minuto, somos el rugido.
So he's saying, and that's the way it is with the people that follow you, because they're dumb. Bruto means dumb. But he's saying, but hold your horses, because sharpening these knives, it just takes 1 second. It doesn't take that long.
De la bandera de Puerto Rico con todos sus tejidos, exigiendo tu renuncia para que nadie salga herido.
Oh yeah, there he's talking about how everybody came out with the Puerto Rican flags. That's something that he mentioned in an interview, that he was so happy, so proud that when he looked out, because he was, they were standing in trucks and cars on top and protesting in front of the governor's mansion, the governor's office where the governor worked, and they were there protesting. And he said that when he looked down the ocean of people and flags, he was so happy because there was no American flags. Only flags that they have was Puerto Rican. And of course, Maria had happened, and the United States didn't back them up, because a lot of Puerto Ricans in Puerto Rico still adore the United States. And they're under that belief, but there's a lot. Look, I can't get involved in that because I'm not Puerto Rican, so I don't have a bone in that fight. But I have always helped, whenever I could, the independentista. I did it in New York, and I did it in San Francisco in the Puerto Rican club, where they had an event, where they're collecting money for that. If it went to that, I don't know, but every single time I saw it, I did, because I believe that every country should be free. It's 2021 now. We shouldn't have any colonies anymore.
Todo el mundo unido, no importa el color de tu partido. Esto salió temprano para que te lo desayunes. La furia es el único partido que nos une.
So you see, so that I don't know, because I don't know. I think he wrote these songs, and the person, the people that put this video up there, either they got the sign and they made it themselves, but it doesn't look like it. It looks like people were actually holding those signs. So he used a lot of the signs. A lot of the signs thing, the comments that people wrote on signs, he used that. He used right now he just said, one of the signs said, anger is the only political party that unites us right now. And he said it. He said, the only political party that we're following right now is anger. We want respect. We want you out. We want to keep our country, save our country from you. And it angers us that you made fun of us and that you were able to keep money and keep supplements from us when we needed it. This is Residente's sister. I know, I should know it, huh? Well, I'll look it up before. I think it's Layla. I want to say Layla, but I might be wrong. But I follow her, but she has a unique name. But she was in the grupo that they had before with his other stepbrother, Calle 13. So now they broke up, and each one of them went their own way. She's doing music still, but she sings. The other stepbrother, Visitante, he's doing music too, because he was the one that produced the music. And I think he sings a little bit in one of the songs. I follow him on YouTube also as well. But Residente is the one that has kept his fame because he's the one that wrote the lyrics. So of course, the one who writes the lyric and is the one who can rap is the one. And he was keeping he's the one. It was a great combination. I'm not going to say, but he's the leader. He was the leader of the group. He was the one. There's always one in a group, no doubt. There's always one. You can't help it. Wham! There's always, what was the name of that? The duo that used to sing Western Girls. Can't remember that song, but the Pet Shop Boys. I think that was their name, the Pet Shop Boys. There were two. One was there. I think he produced the music, but he was just there, and the other one was the one doing all the singing. So whenever you have that type of situation, usually the lead singer is the one who's going to do the better. And that's what happened to Residente, because he's extremely talented. But now comes the Bad Bunny portion. This is the interlude where she's singing, the sister, and then comes Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny eats that up.
Hay que arrancar la maleza del plantío pa' que ninguno se aproveche de lo mío. El pueblo no aguanta más injusticia, se cansó de tu mentir y de que manipulen las noticias. Hey.
Yeah, that's great. Justicia, noticia. So, injusticia. Justicia is justice. Injusticia is unjust. unjustful. So the unjustiness and the justicia and the noticia, which is the news, you know. So it's great rhyming there, and he comes in with his voice. I mean, he delivery, beautiful.
Ey, todos los combos, los caseríos, somos nuestra milicia. Ya no nos coges de pendejo. Eres un corrupto que de corrupto coges consejo.
I love that part too. That's a bar right there. You are a corrupted person who takes advices from corrupted people. Bars, fire.
Arranca pa'l carajo y vete lejos y denle la bienvenida a la generación del yo no me dejo.
I love that part too. Like I said, I mean, Bad Bunny came in like Residente. Yeah, he had some bars that were strong, but Bad Bunny was like boom, boom, boom every single time he came up with a bar throughout his whole part. Amazing. And yeah, I mean that let's play it again one more time.
Eres un corrupto que de corrupto coges consejo. Arranca pa'l carajo y vete lejos.
Yeah, that means arranca means like take off. Like, but it's like get out of here. Basically, get out of here and go far away. We don't want to see you. And give the welcoming to the new generation, the next generation of I don't put up with it. I don't put up with it. That's what they call in Spanish. That's what he calls. Bad Bunny calls Generation Z, the generation that doesn't put up with it. Okay, so there he's replying back to what Ricarod Rosello said. Ricarod Rosello said, oh, you know, man, I'm doing the same thing that everybody else does, you know, talking smack. It was something private. It's the fault whoever leaked it. You know, we were just, again, just releasing energy, releasing stress. And he's like, okay, maybe you are with your group of friends the way I am with you. The way I am with my friends. Maybe we both are the same.
La muerte de los puertorriqueños yo no me río, PR está encabronado, Ricky está jodido.
But then he says, yeah, but you, even though we might be the same way in our groups, in our private group, I was never laughing. We were never laughing of the death of Puerto Rican, okay? We were never doing that. So, and I never kept any money. So yeah, I might make fun of people and do things that are not proud of, but I mean, say things that I'm not proud of, but I don't do things that to this level, and I don't make fun of people who are dying.
Ricarod Rosello es un incompetente, homofóbico, embustero, delincuente, a ti nadie te quiere, ni tu propia gente.
I love that part. Yeah, then he says, and let it be known in all the continents that Ricarod Rosello is an incompetent. Okay, nobody loves you, not even your own people. That's when he takes and I love that gasp that he takes, like, not even your own people. Delivery, folks, delivery. That delivery was awesome right there.
Los títeres guardan las cortes y saquen los machetes. La cuna de la cría, con el boricua nadie se mete. Todas las paredes dicen Ricky vete.
So it's talking about there, like, you know, how all the Puerto Ricans are saying go, you know, leave, and there's written on the wall, you know. And then let me see what else he said in the beginning there, before that. Okay, so he's saying let's go to court and take out the machetes, you know, but this is all again symbolic. It's just saying we're going to fight, we're going to be here protesting until you leave. And then everybody's saying it, and on all the walls is written, you know, Ricarod Rosello, leave, get out. Ricky, nickname, shortest for Ricardo. Oh yeah, and then he's saying there with Puerto Rican, nobody fronts with a Puerto Rican. Nobody better hurt the Puerto Ricans because we'll fight back. We're just not going to sit down and take it.
Y no es Vandalismo, vandalismo, es que nos tiremos nosotros mismos por defender a los que nos llevaron al abismo. Vandalismo es que siempre voten por lo mismo y se roben todos los chavos.
Okay, so here he's saying that, you know, because he's talking about how the walls have written, you know, Ricky leave. And he's like, and that's not vandalism. Vandalism is us fighting against each other. And he's talking about the people, el pueblo, the citizens, us fighting against each other, defending the same people that got us here into this situation, the same people that don't help us out. And we're fighting among each other because, oh, somebody wrote on the wall, get out.
Mientras cierran escuela y los niños no tienen salón, hey, es hora de sacar la rata, que se vaya Ricky, que se vaya el otro, que se vaya Tata y no se trata.
Okay, so that thing there, Tata, is just an expression. It's like John Doe or Jane Doe. Just, you know, he's just saying all the people that are corrupted, just leave, get out of here. And let's see. Oh yeah, and then here he's talking about, it's not about talking bad. It's not about using bad language. It's not about cussing, you know.
Más lo hablo yo en mi casa y en todas mis canciones. Se trata de que le han mentido el pueblo con cojones, de que escondiste la muerte con kilos vagones y te burlaste de nosotros con otros cabrones. Existe que el país entero son cojones, manipulación, corrupción, conspiraciones. Ricky renuncia y a tu mente te perdone.
So yeah, so he's talking, all this is saying that, you know, it's not about him using foul language. It's not about him, and I mean Ricky, saying bad things, you know. It's the fact that he kept the money and that he was making fun of Puerto Ricans dying while he kept money and supplement that could help them out. That's what he's saying. That's what you did wrong. He's like, I do the same thing. I talk very badly with my friends in my private groups. You know, that's not why I'm upset, and I do it in my music. But what I don't like is when you do it in front of other people and talking about our countries, our country. And then he says, yeah, okay, so here is like, let me put it back again. Yeah, you make fun of us with other people. You make the whole country get upset, you know, with your manipulation, corruption and conspiracies. So then he goes, Ricky, you know, quit, resign, and, you know, let your mom forgive you. I'm not going to forgive you. We're not going to forgive you. El pueblo's not going to forgive you. Your mom might forgive you. And then comes her. Okay, so I'm going to just drop it right there. I hope that you enjoyed this reaction. I hope I'm able to show it too, that it's not blocked completely. If you like my outtake, and if you like the translation, and if you like this reaction, please give it a thumbs up. Make sure that you subscribe, hit the notification button, and I'll see you soon. Take care, and again, happy 2021. Bye.